Alright, welcome to Hancock. Get going. Down there's Kenosha. And I want to make sure y'all get the main model. So, um, this is a stretch. It's about, I don't know, a quarter of a mile, roughly. Roll up my window here. Inside of here, this is what we got for our birdie experiment. Doing what we can do about which ones are the alpha fighting for their bird feeder, that local bird feeder, considering the other ones. And if they don't have that, they're not going to be able to do that mechanism. There's going to be another setup. Yeah, you gotta look at the features at whole to define the state. But yeah, there are some subframes in there that allow that to be different when in Gunny B's field, or there is a Gunny A field because it's better. I guess that would work that way. Or at least it would be reasonable to the numbers, right? You know, like more resources and more doing things. But I wanted to make sure you guys got this about that overhead of the map scale versus this 5D on a 4-sphere. You know, when we start talking about certain businesses or how many prime calcs would be in here, restaurants, gas stations, commercial businesses, real estate places, the routes. You know, when we cut off the roads, or why we're establishing them to be a route or housing or the median income or how you have to eat, why that's, you know, acceptable, not acceptable for somebody's, you're on probation, boot camp training right now, because I'm trying to zero out your finances or figure out your CPI, what you're putting into it to figure out the initial momentum to deal with for you, so I can identify the particle. And hopefully you would understand that as well. Again, here's our real estate area. Actually, not a lot of jobs. I know what you're thinking, but that's not really it. We didn't cut back there to Wagner's, in town being the one big one from the overhead so you could get a look at it. But, you know, most of these places are going to be pretty much locked out. That's our town square. There's the ice skating ring. So if there's any contended ideas about usage or taxes or dollars, goals, tourism, or anything else inside of here, we could calc that out to a certain degree in sociology or social studies, funeral home, bank of terms, loans, systems, timelines, CPIs, loading dock, liquor store, Little Italy's, car wash. There's your real estate agency about dealing with anybody as an outside setup inside of here that's going to wind up playing that Ava Braun stuff, or, you know, I'm not going to screw you in Hancock. We won't fall through the cracks on any of that. Well, making the pitch, right? It's an important pitch to understand. Hey, look, yeah, this is my town. I'm going to use that pitch. But when I find out somebody in that group state's doing it wrong, well, then it brings up a whole bunch of ethical questions about the taxes, village tax, school tax, gas tax, any other model of when we get to the Tesla EV charger station, how many people are doing it? When's the last time we actually camped on it and watched the numbers? Or do I have to deal with the numbers from only listening to which Thomas Jefferson version of that denying somebody merits when that's a 3%er, or is it not? You know, there's only so many jobs, and not many of them are going to be over $15 an hour. Remember, you know, to get outside of here, it's either going to be the building crews that we have working some local manscaping, hardscaping, landscaping programs that might correlate that bus garage a little differently in terms of how the charging station or fueling station works against what we really got inside of here. You know, I mean, how does that now inflate the system to the mechanic shop or this residential building? Because I'd put training camps certain places or utilize it for a house based on certain standards to deal with the problem. Now, obviously, not a lot of graffiti. You know, I remember I did my graffiti, but you know, local kid stuff, it might be differential comparatively. An outsider starting to tag somebody's territory or something, and King's Forest, Queen's Forest here really considered to the mayor, judge, or sheriff inside of these systems to public works. So that's my roughly two-mile run. Took us 5 minutes to get through. You blink and it's over. So catch you on the next one.